People who are espousing what other people tell them. But if I presented my medical research around vaccines to my colleagues in medicine, they would be ashamed of themselves, because they would never know that the aluminum in vaccines is not the same aluminum that you ingest or inhale. That the aluminum in vaccines is in such a structure that it can easily pass into the brain and bring with it viruses and bacteria. That the emulsifiers in vaccines, called polysorbate 80, are used by the pharmaceutical industry to get drugs to pass into the brain across the blood-brain barrier. But they're also in vaccines. And they also attach really strongly to aluminum. So as an adjuvant, aluminum has a kind of structure that binds tightly to the bacteria and the viruses. And then the polysorbate 80, the emulsifier, binds really tightly to the aluminum and to the bacteria and viruses, and can walk into the brain the way a ghost can go through a wall. The pharmaceutical industry uses particles like aluminum that are in vaccines to attach to drugs, to get them to go across the blood-brain barrier, because drugs don't go across the blood-brain barrier otherwise. And then the pharmaceutical industry uses an emulsifier, like polysorbate 80, to attach to the nanoparticle, that aluminum-type particle that is bound to the drug, to increase the entry of that drug into the brain 20-fold. That same technology that the pharmaceutical industry uses to enhance delivery of drugs across the blood-brain barrier into the brain is the same technology in vaccines. So, knowing that science, the question has to be asked: do vaccine materials enter the brain? No studies. Are vaccine materials supposed to get into the brain? No. If vaccine materials get into the brain, what happens? 1 in 6 children with neurodevelopmental disabilities, 1 in 50 with autism, 1 in 10 with ADHD, 1 in 20 below the age of 5 with seizures. Until proven otherwise. In 2011, there was a study published that surveyed over 91,000 children that showed that 54% of those children had at least one of 20 chronic illness. Now, here we are in 2016. I started medical school in 1983. These were not the data we were seeing.